Welcome back, everybody. Great to be here with you. Can't wait to get into today's show. Something that many of you I know are struggling with. I did myself for many years, to be honest, all the way through my mid-30s. So let's not say that I'm, fast learner, but what I like to do is once I do learn something and it's tried and true, whether it's health-based or whether it's health coaching success, I want to share that with you. And that is this. It's an epidemic of underpricing amongst very talented individuals in the service-based industry. Now, you can literally be in any industry. Could be massage, esthetician. We've got a lot of amazing personal trainers in our IHP community. But really what I'm talking about is health coaches or we've got chiropractors. We've got a lot of people in the IHP community. And the issue is this, is that you're always going to struggle if you underprice your services, always. And there's two parts that struggle. The first one is that you get the most needy, demanding, and inconsistent clients. The ones that are only willing to pay $99 a month, $59 a month, whatever it is, are the most challenging. They have the most questions, the most concerns. I can't begin to tell you how challenging it is. And that I lived that life. I lived that life for a decade. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you is this, is that everything changed when I readjusted my prices. And I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. So the first is that you will be overworked with lower priced packages, overworked. And the second half is that you can't make the financials work. So most health coaches that are struggling to get above the $5K a month is because they're underpricing. And it's because the math is really simple. Let's just do the math. If you charge $99 an appointment, okay? That's what a lot of coaches charge. So let's just do the math on that. Let's do 5,000. Okay, that's $60,000 a year. Let's do 5,000 and let's divide that by $100. I'll round up a dollar for you, all right? So that means you need to do 50 appointments, and so you need 50 clients, okay? If you're starting from zero, or even from a couple friends and family clients, you need to get to 50. So that means you need 12 and a half a week, right? And then if you're with low cost pricing, they're probably not sticking with you for months at a time. Because again, cost is their biggest concern. They're also most likely not able to do the protocols, the clean food. And now it doesn't mean that you don't help these individuals. You absolutely do. And I'll share what to do in just a moment. But the problem is that you're going to be overworked and underpaid. That is the absolute truth. And I know some of our top people are charging that, and they are doing tons of appointments per month. They're doing like 100 appointments per month. And I get it because you can make $10,000 by doing 100 appointments a month. And that's great. So you're making over 6 figures a year. It's amazing. But the truth is that you're working at least twice as hard because the top, let's say the top people in the industry charge $1,000 a month. Okay. And there are some that charge much more than that, but let's just say it's $1,000. So let's say you don't want to go, you want to go with what we recommend, which is when first starting out, $299 to $499. And it's a package. It's not an appointment, right? So they get email consulting with it. They might get startup labs. We'll talk about that in a moment, but you're charging a real fee. So when you charge 3 to 5 times more, now how many clients do you need? Again, we can just do the math. You need 10, which is 2.5 clients a week versus 12.5, right? Because if I just do the math on that and I do 5,000 divided by the $499 package, we'll do 500 for easy math. You need 10 clients. Again, 2.5 clients a week. That is very doable. And it's not like, so then it really comes back down to your psychology. Do you think that there aren't clients out there that are not willing to pay about $15 a day for their health? Of course they are. They absolutely are. And remember, there are 168 million adults just in the United States, with the vast majority online. Worldwide, there's about 3 billion people online. So you're not looking to work with everyone. You're looking to work with 10 people out of 3 billion, right? And so it's like 10 people out of 3 billion. Remember, the majority of people have some health concern. You can help them. So then it really comes down to psychology. You maybe not feeling worthy enough to charge a certain amount. I was there. Trust me. I had all sorts of rewiring I needed to do in my brain with safety, security. I'm charging too much. I'm being elitist. All of those ideas, no doubt about it. And I shared with you exactly what I've done before. I started at $79, and then I went to $99. Then I went to $180. Then I went to $290 a month. Then I went to $490 a month. Then I went to $990 a month, and now it's even higher. But here's what happened all along the way. Whenever someone couldn't afford that, I had then another health coach that I could refer at the other level. Now, I don't think any health coach in the world should be charging $99 a month. I don't. The minimum, $180. But I really believe that everyone should be charging the $290, $299 a month. And that's because you're not offering a 60-minute call. You're offering a plan, a program to get results that lasts at least 3 months, $299 every month for 3 months, or until they cancel. That's your choice. The $499 is what most people are moving towards because they can give more. What can you give that's more? You can literally give them a vitamin tox test, which is the starter kit. It consists of the minerals and metals test for all their heavy metals and minerals, and you can give them organic acid test / Candida metabolic and vitamins test to test all their vitamin levels, gut health, mitochondria, and more. Amazing. What's the value in that? $500. So it's basically getting a month free. That is why most people are moving towards that model. And here's the other issue, is it is perceived value. If you only charge $99, people perceive you as a low-end health coach. That's the truth. Think about it. I've used this analogy before, but it's still true. If you go to a hairstylist and you're new in town and you're looking for a new hairstylist, there are hairstylists that are $400 per cut, and there are some that are $40 per cut. You automatically have a perceived value as higher end if you charge $400. People are going to perceive that as this person must be the best. I want to work with the best. Not everyone can afford that. I get it. But the people that can, they want to work with the best. You're the best. You should be charging what you're worth. Okay. The other part is like, think of a massage therapist. Why? There are massage therapy schools all over the United States. And you can basically get a free massage or like a $40 massage in a massage school. Why are the majority of people not doing that? It's basically free because they want a high level massage, not someone learning how to give a massage, right? So if someone's charging $150 or $250 for an hour massage, perceived value far greater than a $50 massage. So I just want you to know it's also how you are perceived in the marketplace. So what happens though to all the people? Because you don't want to feel like an elitist. I didn't want to feel like an elitist. How can you help those people? Free content, free articles, free social media posts, free podcasts, even someone else's podcast. Hey, unfortunately, the pricing wasn't the right fit for us. Here is a great podcast. Send them a copy of the Rain Barrel Effect. Point them towards the Rain Barrel. Like, do whatever you want, but you're going to help them take that next step. And you're just not necessarily the practitioner that's going to be able to help them. Like that's just the way that it is. That's okay. Or you have a teammate or another IHP, hopefully not another IHP, someone else that can charge $99 an hour. They're okay with that. But for you, if you're trying to make a real career, having to find 50 new clients a month is never going to be the answer. You have to start charging what you are worth. You don't need to overcharge whatever that is, but you need to charge a fair price. A fair price is $299 to $499 a month. That is fair. You can charge more than that. We have many IHPs charging $3,000 to $5,000 a month. How many clients do they need a month? One to make $5,000, right? You might say, well, that's a lot of money. Understood. But they also offer a lot of value. What do they offer? The big 5 labs usually, and then follow-up plans on that. So they might work with a client for the next 6 months for $5,000. Okay. They still only need one new client a month to make $5,000 a month. So now for the whole year, in order to make $60,000, not including lab sales, ambassadors, et cetera, they'll probably make $75K for the year with one client a month. Like one new client a month. That's it. So again, you don't have to charge $5,000, but I want you to understand what I call practitioner math. And it matters because charging $99 means you need 50 clients per month. That's how I look at it. Whereas if you charge $4.99, how many clients do you need? You're going to get better clients and they're going to keep working with you, not just over the first 3 months, but you need 10 clients. And that's absolutely doable. So hopefully I don't want to add anything else to this show, just to let you understand, for me and maybe for you, it's a psychology-based issue. If you can't work with a person because they're priced out, send them to another practitioner or send them free information. You don't have to leave them hanging. And then you'll be perceived with higher value. You'll be able to offer more. You can even offer things like a free detox. You can offer a lot that you can, when you charge more, you can offer more. That's why in my concierge practice now, when I work with someone, I can give a lot. I can give a lot because I'm working with a higher end client and I love to be able to get them a lot of those, unique attributes. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know your comments. I would love to hear from you if you have a different perspective. Always love to hear that. And of course, you can always reach out if you're an IHP inside of the Facebook groups. We'd love to hear from you. Start a discussion. How much do you charge? And also, if you're not a part of the IHP community or you haven't up-leveled to level 3 if you're already an IHP or an HPH, check those out because that also brings more significant value to you as a practitioner as well. When you can work on longevity and anti-aging with HPH or mold and neurotransmitters and other labs at level 3, that's something pretty amazing as well. So if you want to check those out, you can just email us at support@ihp.coach, set up a no obligations call with one of our IHP graduates to talk about it more. Or of course, just head on over to ihp.coach or integrativehealthpractitioner.org. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing rest of the week. I'll talk with you soon.